Hi there, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Jan, and I'm from iHeartCards2.blogspot.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the U.S., and in this video tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this cute little cookie box. This sweet little box holds a salted caramel cookie bar. Let me show you how easy this is to make. Let's begin with a piece of pumpkin pie cardstock. That's 5.5 by 7 inches. We're going to start scoring at 5/8 of an inch, 1 1/4 inches, then 5 3/4 inches, and then 6 3/8. Then we're going to turn the cardstock to the short side, and we'll start by scoring at 5/8 of an inch again, then at 1 1/4 inches, 2 3/4 inches, then 3 3/8, and then finally at 4 7/8 of an inch. Now I'm going to take and fold up all of these scored lines and burnish them well with the bone folder. I've created a template for you to follow, and this will be posted on my website so that you can download that if you so choose. The bottom section is the box bottom. The top with the rounded corners is our box top. We're going to start by cutting away the 3 lower corners on the box bottom. Next, we're going to cut the first of the little glue tabs. These are the little squares that we just exposed. We're going to cut into that next score line, and then we're going to take and wedge out or notch the glue tabs just so that it makes them easier to glue into place. I'm going to turn the template around and our pumpkin pie piece around so that we're focusing on the box lid. We'll be cutting away this corner area on both sides. At this point, I need to finish the lid side flaps. So I'm going to cut up to this next line and then notch the back end of this flap. We need to cut up to this last little glue tab and cut away the outer square. And then take and put notches on that extension there for the bottom. So here we're cutting away that little square. We'll do this on both sides and then notch in that glue tab. Now I want to take a look at the pumpkin pie piece against the template, and I can see that everything is done except for rounding the corners on the box top lid. I'm bringing in the corner rounder portion of the detailed trio punch to finish rounding off the corners on the box top lid. I've folded back the side flap to insert that portion, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side and get the corner up there and punch again. And now I'll fold in the center flap to do the side flaps. Now these may need to be adjusted once the box has been assembled. Sometimes they don't want to close down, but we won't know that until we get there. I'm going to use the multi-purpose liquid glue to assemble our box. We're going to start with the little square tabs, and I'll just do them one at a time and working my way around the box. I'm going to grab my bone folder and burnish down these glue tabs just to spread the glue evenly on both sides to make sure it's sticking and good. Now the last thing to glue is the reinforcement tabs, and these are the side flaps and that one in the front. So we're going to add a little glue to the side flaps first. Glue them down, burnish them with the bone folder, and then do the same thing with the front. And then our box will be, the assembly will be complete. Now I'm closing down the box to see if our side flaps need any adjustment, and I don't see a problem. It's closing up just fine. Let's try it one more time, and we're good to go. Now we're going to do some decorating on our box. I have a piece of Monster Bash DSP, or Designer Series paper, that is 2.5 by 5 3/4 inches long. And we're going to shape this by finger folding around the box to create a belly band. We don't want this too tight, so that's the reason for the creasing with your fingers. This will get it started, and then once it has been started, then we'll go ahead and straighten our folds out with the bone folder. So we have the shape that we're looking for by wrapping the DSP around the box. So now we're going to take the bone folder and reinforce these little finger folds that we've made, along with making sure that our folds are straight. I'm going to use some Terran tape to adhere the belly band around the body of the box. This works really well for this purpose. I will take the bone folder and burnish it down to make sure it's sticking good on that side. I need a piece of very vanilla cardstock that is 2 1/4 by 3 1/8 for our sentiment. For this, I'm going to be using the Spooktacular Bash stamp set, and the stamp we're using is the So Glad We're Such Ghoul Friends. I'm stamping the sentiment with Tuxedo Black Memento ink. This is pretty much a standard for me. I prefer to do that just in case I want to use my blends to do any coloring. Now we won't need to do that with this particular project. I'm going to be using the coordinating dies, the ornate frame dies that go with the Spooktacular bash, to take and cut the sentiment out. And I'll also, while I'm at it, cut the scrolly frame that will go behind the sentiment. So as soon as I get this cut, I'll be right back. So we have both of our pieces cut out, the sentiment and the black scrolly mat, which is meant to go underneath this sentiment piece, which is going to be just a little too big, top and bottom, for our cookie bar box. So the way that I did this was by drawing lines across the middle and just eliminating I think that's about 1/4 of an inch. This way, the two pieces, the bottom and the top piece that are left, are going to match up very nicely, including the scrolls, which you can see on our completed box up there on the right. So all you need to take and do is to take and glue them to the back of the sentiment label. Now we're going to go ahead and put our cookie bar into the box. And the Salted Caramel cookie bar has a little excess paper on it, so I like to tuck the ends in, and then tuck your side flaps in and close it up. Put the belly band back on it, and because we're going to finish this up. The last thing that we need to do is to take and put some dimensionals on the back of the sentiment label. And I used 3. I put 1 on each end and 1 in the middle, just for security's sake. And I definitely wanted to make sure it was just going to fit on the belly band and not stick to my box. So this works out pretty good if you move it in just a little bit from each end. So there you have it. The one we just finished alongside the one that I showed you in the beginning. I hope you like them. If you are in the United States and in need of a demonstrator, then you can order your supplies in my online store by clicking on the links that I have provided below. If you are interested in earning a discount on your Stampin' Up! Purchases, I would love to have you join my team, and you can purchase the starter kit by clicking on that link, which you will also find listed below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you click on the little bell, you will receive notifications when I post any new content. Thank you for sharing this time with me, and I'll see you soon.